Hello, mate. Thank you. Cheers, mate. So, today's my day off, and I've got my mates, Matt and Toby, coming around for a nice spot of lunch. They're both Australian, and I've worked with Toby for years, and he's one of my top boys in the kitchen, and Matt looks after all the customers and serves all the beautiful wines. Thank you. They're both really missing home, so what I thought I'd do is get them round for a nice English-style barbecue, which basically means rubbish weather, so we're inside, but I'll cook some nice food. Georgie boy, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Yes, fine, Avi.
Guess what I'm doing today?
Tell me.
I'm doing a barbecue.
That's good, that's grand.
Hey, look at the weather. Oh, mate. I should be in Mauritius, mate. That's where I should be.
I'll come with me next time. We go together there.
Are you well?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good. I'm after a nice bit of tuna, nice tail. I'm going to sear it and serve it raw, so I need sort of sashimi quality.
Oh, that's really good.
Some nice sort of medium-large sort of sweet prawns.
I got some, yeah.
And some squid.
Ready? Go!
Right, mate. Are you up for this?
Yeah.
What I was thinking, brother. Right,
What do you got?
Because we got a day off together.
Yeah.
Right, I've got some nice bits and pieces, and I was going to do a barbie.
A barbie.
And that's the barbie there.
An English barbie.
Yeah, inside.
Inside.
Dreary weather.
Dreary weather outside, no sunshine.
Look at that tuna, mate.
It's nice.
Nice bit of tuna.
Beautiful.
Now, I've got a sandwich bag, and I saw this thing in Japan, yeah?
Yeah.
And they basically got tuna, really good quality tuna, like this, and then just put half a bottle of soya in there.
Yeah.
And sort of marinate it for sort of 6 hours, an hour.
Yeah.
You know, and what it does is the salt content in the soy
Yeah.
sort of obviously flavours it.
Why are you pushing all the air out of it?
I'm pushing all the air out, because you know sometimes you marinate meat in a tray or something.
And the marinade all just sinks to the bottom of
Yeah,
it?
if you put it in a bag, it's all surrounded by the soy.
Awesome.
So I leave that for about an hour, yeah?
So just leave it in, forget about it?
Yeah, and that's going to kind of, it's going to make it nice and tasty. Check this out, I've got some nice squid.
Oh, my favourite, mate.
Got some tentacles.
Yeah.
And the nice squid bodies that Joe from the Fishmonger, you know, in Goldbourne Road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's cleaned them up for me and scored them. And I've got these lovely prawns, and he's opened them out for me as well, which saves me a good job. Look, so when they cook, they really do take on flavour and stuff.
What are you doing with these, mate?
So I was gonna barbecue them, but like, I had this thing when I was in Japan last, right? We went to a tempura house.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it kind of I love tempura, and I've had it sort of all over the world. But I actually thought it was quite interesting because it was nothing like any other country. Basically, you sit around this pot of oil, right, a nice clean oil, right temperature. They make up a batter fresh there, and they had all these different like flowers, mushrooms, vegetables, fish, prawns, or everything you can imagine. And what happens is they put it on a bit of paper in front of you, right? It's not greasy at all, and then they have little tiny bowls of salt. And there's like 6 or 7 salts, and each salt was specifically flavoured with a herb or a spice or something funky, and that will be the one for the mushroom.
And okay, so they match the salts up to a specific cooked ingredient.
Yeah, so I suppose like, you know, like marinades, you do certain marinades for
certain flavours.
Yeah, so, and it was like salts, and I thought this is genius. So I thought I'd do it today for you and the ladies. So what I was going to do, big fella, was I was going to make an orange and ginger salt. Yeah. So what I want to do is just I've got one of these microplanes here, so I'm just going to grate just that lovely orange zest off of the orange, because that's where the flavour is really. If you cook with this salt, even though it will be great, Like,
It's fresh, man.
Yeah, it's a fresh salt. It's zingy
Yeah.
flavour. You wait till you try this. I'm sure you've never tried anything like this before. And
excited,
I'm even thinking like over a pork chop or something like that.
Pork chop would be nice.
Just like when you're home, the great thing about salts, they last for ages. So, like you get home, you have an ordinary pork chop. Instead of just ordinary cook it, you just a little sprinkle of the orange and ginger
So
salt.
you could make this in batches. How long would it hold for, do you reckon?
Months and months and months. The citrus ones seem to be better for about 1 month.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks. So
Am I bashing duty, yeah?
yeah, if you can bash it up, bro.
Yeah, cool.
So get the orange in there.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to get a little bit of ginger.
Do you want me to start bashing this up now, Jay, or are you going to...
Yeah, mate, no, you can...
Yeah.
Well, just let me peel this ginger.
Yeah. And
then I'm going to grate it and put it in there with it. So where's Matt?
Matty had a late one last night, mate. He was working. He's sleeping, and then he said for us to meet him a bit later or something. I think
I was going to meet him down the boo shop.
Down the booze shop?
So we're going to get some nice wines and stuff. Look at this ginger.
Yeah,
so
nice.
ginger goes in there.
Yep.
And just basically bash it up, big fella. I'll add some salt.
You gonna grab the salt?
Yeah.
Cool.
You can just bash it up, brother. So it's nice sea salt, yeah?
Yep.
You just crunch it up.
Cool, man.
That's a lot of salt, but I'm going to make this for the next couple of months, you know? So what's the coup, Tobes? I mean, honestly, I know I've been to Australia like 6 or 7 times, but what is the coup with barbies in Australia?
I mean, why would you want to cook indoors on a 40-degree night when you can cook out in the back garden?
Yeah,
I mean, Australia's a big country, everyone's got back gardens and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's barbecues, and then people just sort of tend to eat outside, mate.
When I was there last, I got so jealous because like, there were lemons and mangoes and stuff growing around me, and I was sitting there doing the barbecuing, and I'm pulling lemons off the trees, and I'm like, oh, this is the life, mate. You don't even have to go in the supermarket.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, like, because the orange zest and the ginger's quite wet, what I would normally do was like put this in the kitchen overnight and let it sort of dry out.
So just the warmth of the ovens and
But
stuff.
what I can do is I can kind of speed it up a little bit and just put it out flat on here and just kind of, you know, put it on this char grill.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is that it'll just slowly, you'll see the steam coming off it and it'll just drop. I don't want to waste these oranges really, so I was going to just turn it into a little bit of a salad. So look, bit of the old orange on the plate, brother.
Yeah.
I'm just going to steal some of these chives and just put these around. Just a little. Basically, this is just going to go with the prawns, yeah?
Yep.
So I'm just thinking like just a really simple little thing.
Citrus and prawns go down a treat.
Yeah, and a little bit, spike it with a little bit of chilli. You're all right, chilli, aren't you?
Oh, I love chilli. Love chilli.
So I was just going to finely slice half a red chilli. Let's have a little look here.
Could you use other citrus, do you reckon, Jay? Like, what about grapefruit?
Man,
or something?
grapefruit, yeah.
Grapefruit would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Pink grapefruit.
Yeah. I love things like peaches as well.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do there, we're just going to put a little bit, I don't know, a bit of olive oil.
Dress it up.
Just a touch, not really dress it, but just a little bit of pepper or something. So I'm going to sieve the salt.
Yeah.
Do you want to make the next salt? Do you want to just rub that pestle out?
I'll give it a clean, yeah, for sure. So what's the next salt you're doing, mate?
Right, green tea.
Yep. Green tea?
Yeah, green tea, yeah.
I suppose when you think if you drink green tea, it's so refreshing. So, I mean, it's going to give that same thing back into the food, isn't it?
And it's quite light and fragrant, so therefore with seafood it should be all right. But we've known each other for how long?
About 5, 6 years since we were working at River together.
Yeah.
What's about?
But what do you think
What
do you think the whole Australian thing is in England?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. There seem to be so many of us over here, you know.
If all the Australians left England, I think half of our restaurants would close down. You know, they're not quite as intelligent as the rest of the world. But,
That's true.
Yeah. So listen, brother, this is what we got.
Okay.
Have a just smell that, brother.
Oh, wow.
Taste it.
Yeah.
Taste it. It's like kind of like salty sherbet.
But it does taste like
Isn't it
salty
amazing?
sherbet, yeah.
So I got that one done, and then what else? You're going to do green tea, so you get bashing. It's kind of in flake form at the moment.
So this one we just do green tea and salt, and that's it?
Just like a little handful.
Okay.
And I think because these are dry ingredients,
Yeah.
we don't really need to put any heat to it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put a little bit of lime.
So you don't leave things like any citrus or anything like that because it's got moisture in there as well.
Yeah, I mean, if it turns the salt into a wet salt, then just put it over in like a low oven for a bit. That'll work.
So this one you're going to use on the squid, yeah? Or this one on the prawns?
Yeah, the squid, bro.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
And I've got a little bit of fennel. I'm just going to make a little crunchy salad with that. So look, have the lime zest in there, bro.
Let's get some salt in here.
I might use these limes a bit later. So, okay, mate, what should I do now? Do my fennel.
Yep.
And I was just gonna finely slice it and.
I've got to say, mate, this is really like, it is Australian summary for, you know, food. You got fennel, it's all such zingy flavours.
What would you call? I mean, I've eaten out in Aussie and had great meals out there. But what would you say? What is the food? I mean, it's kind of quite eclectic out there, isn't it?
Well, I mean, because Australia, we don't have our own cuisine really. I mean, there's modern Australian, which is a combination of Asian flavours, being Thai, sort of, even Japanese flavours. And then, I mean, you've got huge Greek and Italian population in Australia.
Yeah.
So those flavours come into it as well.
So what are you? Half English, half...
I'm half British, half Australian.
Listen, what I was thinking,
Yeah.
how about I'll do the finely sliced fennel salad, just simple. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Wicked. So what are you going to do with the fennel, Jay?
Just finely slice it, just dress it in a bit of lime juice and oil and stuff. Have you noticed I'm kind of talking like that? You know?
Yeah, man, you're getting an Australian accent. It's all those Australians got working in the restaurant.
How many Aussies have we got working at the restaurant?
I think
There's got to be 20.
most of the managerial staff now are Australian.
And they've all got, some of them have got really weird nicknames like Flip Top.
Flip top.
What does Flip Top mean?
I got no. You made it up, mate, didn't you?
No, I didn't make it up.
All right, is that fine enough, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, brother.
Wicked.
So listen, I'm going to put this aside. Let's...
So that's almost finished now, isn't it?
yeah, do you want to sieve this?
Yeah, cool. Man, it's probably... Matty Skinner's probably almost going to be hanging around down in the alcohol, the grog shop, waiting for us.
Okay, bro.
One of us
Do you
should
want
go grab
to sieve that? I'll go and grab Matty. It probably won't be long at all.
Cool, I'll look after this, yeah?
Sweet, brother.
See you in a minute.
Hello, mate.
How you doing,
You
mate?
all right?
You all right?
Good to see you.
How's it going?
Yeah, good.
What wine are we going to have?
No, not what wine we're going to have. What food are we going to have first? Let's think about
Got squid prawns.
Yep. Squid. I'm thinking aromatic whites. Okay,
Right,
so
aromatic whites.
two things that
So
spring to mind.
what is aromatic whites?
Riesling's like the classic.
So I thought Riesling was like a sweet white wine.
It's not. It's like a huge kind of misconception because a lot of the old school styles were like really quite sweet. But back in the day, most of them that are made now are like bone dry, like really citrusy, quite limey, a little
Is
bit
it
of
German
spice.
or Austrian or something?
They're made all over the world. You can get them in Germany, Austria, even Aussies are doing good stuff with it now. And I think we might even like use one
you're
today.
biased, though.
What do you reckon?
All right, so we go for a bottle of that. That's $7.50. Well, that's
Yep.
cheap, isn't it? So
Totally.
So like, that's going to be light enough to go with the
Definitely, because I
squid
mean the thing at the end of the day, it's got to be. It's a condiment. It's something. The food complements the wine, and vice versa. The wine's going to complement the food. It's not just something that we're going to drink, and it's not just something we're going to eat.
So it's
These
not
two,
like
is-
food and booze.
no,
Yeah,
no way.
two
It's like
together.
it's like a marriage, and the whole thing's going to make it.
So if I'm thinking
better than-
in the future, if I'm thinking sort of like sort of fragrant seafood, Riesling, was it Gewürztraminer?
Gewürztraminer,
Yeah.
Sauvignon Blanc, Semillon.
Semillon. Right,
Yeah.
that's good because I'm an idiot with wine, so that'll be good for me. So the second course, I'm going to do some tuna, yeah? So it's a bit more meaty.
I think I'm going to do red.
A red.
Yeah, totally. For this particular dish, we can use Pinot Noir and get away with it because
Pinot Noir.
Pinot tends to be lighter red.
Right.
And we're going to use tuna, which is like one of the heavier fishes. It's a little bit meatier.
So they're going to kind
The tannins in the red are soft, so I reckon, Pinot Noir could be a good option, I think, for today.
So what you got in mind then, big fella?
Well, New Zealand are doing some good stuff that's like not too much. Won't set you back an arm and a leg at the moment. Montana Reserve, for under a tenner, that's great, and that's going to be wicked with the tuna. It's going to be really good.
Sweet, okay.
Yeah.
So we've got a white wine for a white fish, got a red wine for a nice red tuna.
Totally.
Happy days.
Absolutely.
Beer?
Yeah.
You alright, Toes?
Hey, you're back. Yeah, I'm good, mate.
We've got some nice wines, bro.
Matty, you all right?
Yeah, good morning.
What do you got?
He's got a Riesling for the squid and the prawns, which I thought
Nice.
was very interesting. Apparently Rieslings are really good with sort of light white fish, so I've learned a bit there. And then we've got a Pinot Noir with the tuna, red.
It's going to be
Nice. With the tuna.
Yeah.
You know what the catch of the day was?
What?
Bit homesick, brother?
Hey!
Couple of VB cans. Do you want one?
Yeah.
I was going to start cooking. I mean, the girl's going to be here soon.
Well, girls should be here any minute. They said they'll come in pretty soon, didn't they, Matty?
They did.
Look at that, Toes.
Oh, wow. So that's been in for...
Just like an hour and a bit.
Yeah. Well, you can really smell it. It's incredible.
But also, it's sort of changed the texture a bit, and it's kind of gone a little waxy. I want to get some kitchen paper just to sort of dab it off. I wouldn't want to put it onto the grill like that because it's obviously wet, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to kind of dab
it down.
Yeah, dab it down and just roll it onto You know, roll it onto some paper like that.
I've got a couple of beers going if you boys are interested.
Yeah, awesome. Cheers, mate.
Jay?
Yeah, cheers, mate. Can you just chuck them in a glass, mate?
Beer in the wine glass.
In a wine glass?
In a wine glass.
Oh, no.
So just a bit of
A touch of oil. We obviously don't need any seasoning because you've got a nice saltiness there from the soy sauce. Literally, shall I start cooking now?
Yeah, why don't you? I mean, all the salads are ready to go, so...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so the best trick I ever learned on the grill, I don't know if you agree, is like no oil, because that just creates fire and smoke, right? And a really, really, really white hot grill pan. And that way it's kind of like non-stick.
See, bro. So you're literally just searing it, yeah?
Yeah, look at that, you can see that.
A minute on each side or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
So I'm going to just move that back here. And then I'm going to get my squid and stuff on now. Because the legs need a little bit more cooking than the other bits, don't they?
Yep.
And then I can see I got George, the fishmonger, just to score it like that. So like that way the salts and the flavour's going to get in, or a marinade, the heat's going to get in, and it also tenderises it. So like...
Will it help it to... Will it curl tighter?
Yeah, it'll curl up nicely. Here, Matty, just have a look at this. I think what's really interesting about this searing is like, we're just searing the outside here, and you can see literally how raw and how cooked it is. But I think like the seared bit's just a bit more, like a bit of interest.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely. And it's just going to get sliced up, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm just going to take it off now. I'm going to put it on this plate and just sort of rest it a bit. And you can see that stuck there a bit. The only reason that stuck was because it had been cooled down a little bit. That shows you how important it is to get it really, really white hot. If that was white hot, that wouldn't have stuck.
How about the squids too? How long do they take?
Well, literally, the squids only need a minute, so I'm just going to turn these over now. And I've got the squid about to come off, which I'm just going to chop up. Don't want to overcook the squid. All right. I've got these little tentacles. They can go there. I'm just going to chop them up, Tobes.
Yeah?
What do you reckon?
Yeah, just roughly chop them up and scatter them over.
And I was going to lean on one of these limes. Just to get the juices going. I thought lime and squid would be quite nice, eh? I'll tell you what, let's move this out of the way. I'm going to finish the squid. What I was going to do, Tobes, was just cut it at an angle, like this. Yep. And then just kind of dress it. I've got some lime there. Now, look, guys, for the squid, right? Yeah. I've got the green tea and lime, yeah? And
so this hasn't been seasoned before. You're seasoning it for the first time now.
Yeah, I'm just giving it a shake.
Yeah.
In it goes. Shake. I'm being quite generous with the salt.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, you know, slowly, slowly.
It smells good.
When you add the lime, Jay, that'll sort of counterbalance the salt too.
Yeah, you got it, mate. And I was just going to literally spread that in and around the squid. And then if you look in the bottom of the bowl here, see all that dressing in the bottom? It's almost, the tea's almost slightly savoury, which is great. I'm just going to drizzle that, and that's going to dress the, what's it called, the fennel.
The white,
but I love it. Hey,
white and green stuff.
What do you reckon? If I look in this bowl now, do you reckon I could read my future from the tea leaves? Yeah, it says,
all good, and...
but the wine was rubbish.
Yeah. Doesn't say that at all.
So we still got to move on.
Yeah, I'm going to do the prawns, bro. And the nice thing about this, you can serve it warm or cold.
So you got to flesh side down first, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have to split them like that? Have you just butterflied them for...
Oh, no, you don't have to split it. I mean, the reason I split them is because it cooks quicker and the kind of meat pops out easier. You could do them in the shell easy. But if you get the shell really crispy, when you cook it, you can actually eat them like... They go like chips, you know, crisps.
Yeah.
And they're really nice to eat. So, listen, is that the girls? Do you want to let them in, Toast?
Yeah, cool. They're here.
Why am I talking like an Australian?
Because you're hanging around Australians, mate.
Yeah, mate, it's because I think I love you.
We're just infecting you.
Hi, girls. Here comes trouble. Hi, guys.
Hiya.
Hi.
You're right,
Hiya.
Hey, baby.
Good. How you doing, sweet? You all right, babe?
Hello.
Hiya.
You ready to get some plates, brother?
Can I get a lady?
Mwah. You all right, babe? How you doing?
What are we, in 5, yeah?
Yeah, we're done, mate. Tobes, have you seen this tuna?
Oh, it's really awesome.
You guys need
You sounded like Beavis and Butter.
I am Beavis.
Oh, dear. Look at that, brother.
Don't be cheating on guy.
Look at that.
Awesome.
I'm just going to do a few slices.
Uh-huh.
Right. And it's nice. I mean, in Japan, right? Like I know in England, in Japanese bars, they always slice the tuna quite thin.
Yeah.
For the kind of English palate. But in Japan, if you get a nice thick slice of tuna, it's considered a real sign of like affluence and respect and sort of like luxury. Do you know what I mean? So in Japan, the thicker the fish, the kind of the nicer you must be. You know.
So there's nothing wrong with it, you know, if it is raw slicing like this.
No, not at all. I'm just going to finely slice. Check this. Basically, there's 3 elements in this dish. Yeah.
Yep.
There's the chives that you just put on one side here.
Yeah.
Right, and that's to dip your tuna in.
Okay.
Right, and then we get some ginger. You know, grating ginger is great, isn't it? You just get all that sort of juicy flavour out of it. And literally, there's a whole wad of ginger there, and I put that on the other side.
It's so simple.
And I know it doesn't look very restauranty, but it's like kind of a real deconstructed dish.
Yeah.
And then literally, they go around at the last minute with the soy sauce, and just do that. So you get a bit of ginger, you dip it in your chives, and then you dip it in your soy sauce. There's some.
Should we give it a go?
Chopsticks.
Can we take
Yeah, brother. Let's
Off
do
to
it.
the table.
Guys, you alright for some tuna? Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers to the Aussies.
Hey.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Joe.
Cheers, mate. Sorry about the weather.